I just saw that the MAGA crowd's got a new slogan, I guess. It's Trump or death. They're hanging Trump or death banners all over baseball games and stuff like that. And I saw that and I was like, oh, that's not culty at all. Of how they're like, yeah, well, listen, just because we've entered into a ritual suicide agreement on behalf of the autocrat we've deified, that doesn't make us a cult. It's like, okay.
If you didn't already know, this is comedian and friend of the network Trae Crowder, a self-proclaimed progressive hillbilly from Tennessee doing whatever he can to fight right-wing indoctrination through comedy.
Think of what it would do to the flag economy. Now listen, if that is what y'all are saying, I just got one request. Okay, please, let me make the Kool-Aid, all right? I'm a trailer American. I know how to do it. All right, I have the ratios just right. I'll run the punch bowl. I'll make y'all little pallets on the ground, lay down some pellets for you, make it lovely, okay? That's all I would be honored. I'm just kidding. Unless you're going to do it.
Pointing out the sheer absurdity of the MAGA movement's devotion to their dear leader with some absurdity himself, while also having some choice words for Trump insurrectionist / House Speaker Mike Johnson.
Congressional Republicans have named the next speaker, an unheralded Louisiana feller named Mike Johnson. As soon as that happened, the rest of us went to Google his name with our fingers crossed going, please don't be crazy, please don't be crazy, please don't be crazy. But let's be honest, that's like looking up a random Jason Aldean song as a Southerner and thinking to yourself, please don't be an embarrassment to all I hold dear. It is absolutely going to be. Every time. In fact, if it's not, there's been some kind of mistake. As far as Mike Johnson, he is, upon further inspection, you guessed it, bananas. He is. They just think maybe he could pass as moderate because he wears glasses and on occasion will employ multisyllabic words. Well, don't buy it, okay? He is a fascistic zealot, all right? Yeah, the more level-headed contingent, if there is such a thing in the Republican base, they looked at him and they said, okay, he's a seditious ideologue, but, you know, at least he's not a sex pest with a cartoonishly gigantic head. At least he's not pulling his out at the opera or showing pics on the floor of Congress. You know, I mean, and that's pretty good for us, right? I mean, after all, it's 2023 and we're the Republicans. This is literally the best we can do.
Trae's not wrong here. One of the reasons why the Republican Party united around Johnson is that his persona and image appeal to whatever centrists are left in Congress, while his policies and worldview appease the MAGA extremists and religious zealots who now control the party. And Johnson is yet again facing a ton of backlash, and rightfully so, after CNN reporter Andrew Kaczynski obtained unearthed audio recordings of Johnson's views about the LGBTQ+ community.
It's time for an honest conversation about homosexuality. There's freedom to change if you want to. Our race, the size of our feet, the color of our eyes, these are things we're born with and we cannot change. But what these adult advocacy groups like the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Education Network are promoting is a type of behavior. Homosexual behavior is something you do. It's not something that you are. Many historians, those who are objective, would look back and recognize and give some credit to the fall of Rome to not only the deprivation of the society and the loss of morals, but also to the rampant, homosexual behavior that was condoned by the society.
This is the man who's now in second line to the presidency behind VP Kamala Harris, and Trae knows just how dangerous this is.
But as for why Trump backed Mike Johnson in the first place, it's because he satisfies the one criterion that Trump actually cares about, and that is he is utterly divorced from the objectivity of reality, particularly as it pertains to the results of the last presidential election. That's right, he's an election denier, and in MAGA world, that's literally all that matters, all right? People hated all the right stuff. Blacks, Mexicans, gays, women, poors, math, books, you name it, they hated it. But they had the audacity to certify Biden as the next president on account of he had been elected by the American people to be the next president. And for that sin in MAGA world, they are cast out, shunned, labeled rhinos forevermore. That's how they roll, and that is terrifying. Don't let all the suburban business dad fool you, all right? This milquetoast maniac is every bit as dangerous as the rest of them, if not more so, due to his semblance of competency and ability to mask how insane he is. This is reality. God help us all. Lovians.
Just like Trae said, Mike Johnson winning the vote for Speaker is something that should terrify all of us, seeing as though the 2024 election is shaping up to be another Trump-Biden showdown as things stand now, and it only takes another few dominoes to fall in the right direction to put our country in a much more dire sitch than we were in following the 2020 election. Be sure to support Trae on his YouTube channel and various social media platforms, and check him out on tour when he comes to a city near you.